Much has been made of my promise to veto any bill that arrived on my desk before the legislature passes my plan to pay the hospitals the $1.5 billion we owe them. My fellow Mainers, I did not make that promise out of anger, and it didn't come from a tantrum. I made that promise out of a frustration and an embarrassment. I'm frustrated with the kind of politics that have prevented our state from living up to its obligations. I'm frustrated that politics as usual is trying to derail my plan to restructure the state's liquor business so we can pay our hospitals. I'm frustrated that our political opponents would rather vilify me than work to inject hundreds of millions of dollars into our economy. If we don't pay our bills we racked up for the much-needed services we demand every day from the state's biggest employers, then what kind of government are we? A business that allows customers to ignore their bills for years wouldn't last very long. But that's what we are doing to our hospitals. We have become their most ungrateful customers, and it is shameful. This situation has gone on for too many years, and I campaigned to stop it. Well, now I have a plan that will pay back the hospitals, make the state's liquor business more competitive with New Hampshire, and release millions to pay for clean water, transportation projects, and start setting aside money for our depleted rainy day fund. Under my plan, about $700 million would surge into Maine's economy, and it could happen for this spring's construction season. But politics as usual is threatening to derail that plan, which benefits not only hospital employees, construction workers, but also Maine consumers, small businesses, and retailers. To compete with my plan, Democrats have proposed a bill that would essentially extend business as usual with the liquor business. The Democrats' deal for the liquor business allowed tens of millions of your dollars to flow out of state every year. Even before the ink was dry, this arrangement was universally decried as a bad deal. Yet they claim they'll do it right this time. Even worse, the Democrats have no plan to pay the hospitals. They say they want to use the proceeds from a new liquor contracts to pay for some of the hospital debt, to extend entitlement programs, to increase education spending, and to use the money any way they see fit. Their new plan sounds like their old plan, and that didn't work out so well. So yes, I am frustrated, and I am passionate. Not angry, but passionate. I know firsthand how tough it is to go without a job, how scary it is to live without a safety net, and how chilling it is to pile up bills that cannot be paid. I don't want any Mainers to have to suffer like that, and I don't want my state to operate that way. I've dedicated my life to improving private sector business, and I've spent years helping my fellow Mainers through public sector service, which I consider to be a person's highest calling. My methods have been criticized as bullying, and my tone has been called offensive. But I don't listen to that. I can't. Time is too short, and my mission is too critical. If we are going to restructure state government and make it affordable and efficient for everyone, if we are going to manage our finances responsibly and run our state like a business so we can help all of our customers, our fellow Mainers, then we must make the tough choices. We must make the right decisions. We cannot play politics, and we cannot wait any longer. If the sequester, fiscal cliff, and vanishing stimulus money haven't convinced you that we cannot rely on the federal government to solve our problems, then you haven't been paying attention. The federal matching rate is already falling, which means the longer we wait, the more Maine taxpayers will have to pay. My plan would use a revenue bond of $186 million and federal matching funds of $298 million to pay off the $484 million we owe our 39 hospitals across the state. Converting the liquor business from a really bad deal for Maine into a good deal for our taxpayers, consumers, and retailers will generate more than enough revenue to pay off the bond. This is a good plan, and we have the numbers to back it up. My plan will release hundreds of millions of dollars into our economy, create jobs, protect clean water, and jumpstart transportation projects that have been on hold until we could afford to pay them. Critics say we shouldn't tie the hospital payments to the liquor revenue and that I shouldn't hold up bonds that were already approved by the voters. But all my life, I've watched state and federal government waste far too much of your tax dollars and ignore far too many good opportunities, all because of political game playing. Legislators can fast track a law about drinking at 6 a.m. on a Sunday morning, and they can pass a law in 2 days to keep private the names and addresses of concealed carry permit holders. So they can certainly move forward with a detailed business-like plan to pay the hospitals, recapture tens of millions of dollars from the liquor contract, create and save hundreds of jobs, and jumpstart the Maine economy. But politics, as usual, is threatening to rob us of this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. My opponents can call me names. They can try to make me look like a bad guy. That's okay. I can take that. But I cannot stand and watch them deprive you, my fellow Mainers, of the government, the hospitals, the jobs, the economy you rightly deserve. So yes, I am frustrated and I am passionate. You should be too. Whether you're a Democrat or Republican, how is not paying your bills good for anybody?